Welcome to Ramblin' Rats. You are now hanging out with me, your host, and the host of this podcast, Blaze. One of the comedians from downtown told me that my name reminds him like someone off American Gladiator, and now I just can't get that out of my head. I keep wanting to say my name like I'm a wrestler on the Gladiator show. Blaze. And I just would drop my last name. I just do Blaze. But what's up, everybody? Thank you if you're listening for the first time. Glad you're checking it out, and if you're returning, awesome. I consider this my hangout time with everybody, and if you're listening, you are now my hangout buddy. And I gotta say, I think we're nailing the social distancing. I know you can't talk back to me, which in my opinion is awesome, and you just listen to me talk, which pretty much 50% of the time, 70% of the time, if we're in person, it's going to be like that anyways. So, yeah, thank you, Hangout Buddies. That's what I'm going to call everyone now that listens. The social distancing and like the whole, I'm only going to touch this topic for a second just because Friday night, it really got in my head. But, I haven't really been worried too much about catching the Rona because I've been, staying safe and keeping my distance from going to places I don't need to go to. I need to go to the comedy clubs, but I've been staying away and, just trying to stay healthy because I definitely don't want to be in a position where I have to self-quarantine myself or, something like that because I got stuff to do and I can't take any time off. So, but Friday night, I went and hung out with some people and met some new people that I don't even remember their names. But that was the first time, Friday night was the first time that like the whole COVID thing really got in my head and made me not have a good time. Because like the whole time I was thinking because usually I've been hanging out with the same people where I know, where they've been or, what, I don't have to worry about the Rona too much. But when you meet new people and you're in a house together, I was just getting paranoid. They weren't sick or nothing, but for some reason, I just wasn't having a good time. I kept thinking, not touch my face, wash my hands, I didn't even want to sit on the furniture, not because it was gross, but I don't know, Friday night, really, the whole COVID thing really got in my head. Maybe it's because, I keep on Facebook and stuff, Fox 13 News, they always put the statistics or what they call statistics with the whole Rona, and maybe that just got in my head. But yeah, Friday night did not have too much fun because I kept getting in my head about that stuff. So, I feel better, I guess, hiding behind this computer and doing the podcast where I don't have to worry about that shit. I hope it goes away soon. But that's all I'm going to talk about that because I'm sure if you're listening, and even me, I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. We need to hear about it because we got to know what's going on, but you don't need to come to a podcast and listen to that. So, but I did look up some other like current events that were going on, and some of you might already know, but some of these things I found pretty interesting and made me think that sometimes, even though shit's really bad right now, things can always get worse. Like one of the current events things that I read that caught my eye was July 1st, just this month. What was it? 4 days ago, because I'm recording this on July 5th. They found on July 1st they found hundreds of elephants that just dropped dead. Yeah, just dropped dead. And I guess the total count is 350 since May. All in this country called Botswana in South Africa. I think I'm saying that right. It's Botswana. 350 elephants just dropping dead. And that's crazy. Just on July 1st, they found 100, like a bunch of, like, I don't know. It didn't give me a number on what they found on July 1st. But hundreds. That's all it said, hundreds. Overnight. And they have no explanation. They they're not getting, people ain't killing them. Humans or animals ain't killing them because they don't have any marks on them that would show that. And people ain't killing them to take their tusk or nothing because all the elephants still have their tusks. And the scientists, I think they did blood work or something, and they said it's going to take like weeks to figure what happened. But there's something going on in Botswana, because it's all happening there. 350 elephants all in Botswana died since May. That's insane. Like, what the fuck is going on over there? Something in the fucking ground, is it fucking airborne? Is it like, what's next for us? We had to worry about the pigs and the bats. Now, are we gonna have to fucking worry about elephantitis? I came up with that. So if the scientists if there is a disease going around that may infect humans, or even if it's just elephants, they can, it's copyrighted, so they'll have to pay me money. But I came up with that term, elephantitis. I think I did pretty good coming up with that one. But what's next? Yeah, we're going to fucking get elephantitis and have an outbreak of that going on. And who even knows if they're making fucking, I don't know how much elephants weigh, 1,000-pound elephant, just a bunch of them dropping dead overnight. What the fuck? That's some shit that worries me, Like, you see what the media puts out and stuff, but the other shit that you can look up and look up the facts behind and stuff and make sure it's all, true, like I did with these. Why? I don't watch the news, so I don't know, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's been on the news. Why? That seems like something that should be on the news. Fucking 350 elephants, that's a big number to be dropping dead in 2 months? 2 months? You got 60 days in 2 months? So even if it was an elephant a day dropping dead, that'd be 60. So that's insane. I'm gonna keep following this, and hopefully in the next few weeks, whenever they get the test back, they have an answer, or we're fucked. I don't want to worry anyone else, but elephantitis, man, that's gonna fucking probably be our next thing. Maybe that'll be the second half of 2020. Jesus. And then another thing I looked up on current events was, this is in India. Didn't give me like the exact place, but in India there are human farms being found right now, where the people in India are getting humans and chaining them up in this farm and literally draining their blood, and then taking their blood and selling it on the black market. Like, that's fucking insane. Like, I get COVID is bad, and all the shit that's going on in our country is bad, but unless you're fucking really unlucky and get caught by some psychopath killer or just a psychopath, we don't really have to worry too much about getting chained up in a farm and getting our blood drained out of us to be sold on the black market. I didn't even... What the fuck? I didn't even think of something this fucked up. And I watch a lot of horror movies, and the only one that I could think of that really kind of came close to this one is Blade. I think it's like the first one. Yeah, it is the first one. The first Blade, towards the end of the movie, they fucking lock him up in that coffin with like they're not nails, they're like the metal studs that stab into him and drain all his blood out. And like, watching that scene alone, is fucking crazy. And I don't mind like needles, like getting tattoos and stuff, but I hate like needles taking my blood or shots or anything like that. I can't stand that. Like, when I get my blood drawn, I have to look away, and usually I can't give blood. I've never actually willingly gave blood. I've only done it for physicals and stuff. And people that go, and from what I'm told, it takes like an hour to give blood. And for people that can go in there and fucking sit in that chair, getting their blood drawn, or their, what is it now? Their plasma. They take the blood out and then take the plasma out of the blood and then fucking, I guess they put the blood back into you. They're fucking like doing an oil change on us, which I heard is good for you, but not for me, man. And if I don't see any reason why I would ever go to India unless I did a comedy show, which that would be, even if I had the opportunity to go to India to do a comedy show after reading this shit, I don't think I'd turn it down. Yeah, I'd turn it down. Right now, I would not do a show in India. Yeah, because I couldn't even fucking imagine, because I'm sure they just fucking chain them up and take their blood. They ain't gonna give them anything, you know? They're just gonna pass out from getting blood taken out of them. I couldn't do it, man. I would freak out. Just, that's insane. So, my point is things can be a lot worse than what they are. So, even though, you know, we're all getting stressed out and fucking domestic violence is going up, which isn't funny, but I've been seeing it all. I see that a lot going on from when I do peep on the news, which is very seldom, but that's on there. So yeah, think of South Africa, man. You could get elephantitis, or you could get chained up and get your blood drained out of you. I'd go, if I had to choose between those two, I'd go with elephantitis. I don't even know what it would be. It could be a skin flesh-eating disorder on us, or make us like, that could be like the new zombie outbreak, man. Elephantitis. Maybe those elephants are going to come back. Zombie elephants. You know, that's one thing you never seen in the zombie movies, like Resident Evil, or I don't know, all the Resident Evil is like the only zombie movie I really liked, and Adventureland or whatever that one was. But you see like zombie dogs. I think I've seen like zombie cats, zombie monkey, and obviously zombie people. But you never fucking saw a zombie elephant. Could you imagine how scary that would be? Like, there's another idea if someone wants to take it. You know, they just gotta pay me money because it's copyrighted. I'm copywriting it as I speak. But a zombie elephant fucking chasing after you with the fucking tusk and that long dickish thing they got on their face. I don't know what, the trunk? Is it the trunk? Their long dick trunk coming after you. And there's fucking little spiky teeth in the trunk that like comes up and pretty much eats you like a snake. And that's how you get eaten, through the trunk. Fuck that. But that's a good idea. A zombie elephant. That's something you don't hear a lot. And then I'm sure a lot of people know this other topic that came up. I think he announced it on Twitter yesterday. Was the first day. Kanye West is gonna be going for president. He's running for president. And then I saw Elon Musk said he backed him. 100% backed him. I don't know what that meant. If that meant he's going to back him money-wise, or, you know, be like the vice president. That, holy shit. Could you imagine Kanye, so like on the thing, West and Musk, and then fucking Kim Kardashian as the first lady. Like, if you know, when Trump and Melania became, you know, the president and first lady, that was, I'm sure it was a shock to a lot of people because, you know, everyone knew Trump. I didn't really know Melania before, but I don't follow that stuff too much. But I do know a lot about her now because she's the first lady and everyone talks about her. But West and Musk, like, Musk, I think we'd have some smarter shit going on in the country for sure. Some probably fucking bizarre Ray out there shit going on. Fucking White House floating because he's building shit underneath, or, you know, who knows what would happen. But how would West, like, I when I first saw that, I was like, yeah, fuck, I'd vote for him. But when you think about it, what's gonna happen if someone wants to start a war with us or attacks us, you know, like 9/11 or like a big terrorist attack, you know, that could happen again. What would West do? What would Kanye West do? You know, I could see Kanye West. You know how sometimes like presidents meet with leaders or presidents of other countries and they talk, you know, usually if they're meeting up, we're allies and we talk stuff like that. Could you imagine Kanye showing up to one of those things drunk, you know? Just shows up fucking plastered and the guy's trying to give a speech and fucking Kanye goes up there, snatches the microphone out of the guy's hand. Hey, I just want everyone to know Beyonce had the best video of all time. And someone in the crowd's like, that's from 2011. That's 9-10 years ago. Because it'd probably be 2021 by then. That was 10 years ago, Kanye. Quit drinking the Henny. Quit drinking the Hennessy. And then he gets off, and then we lose that ally because he fucking grabbed the mic from him, and then we're going to war. And could you imagine fucking Kanye if like someone did want to go to war with us, and you know he met with them or whatever, and he's like, "Yo, man, let's settle this old school style, man. Let's not get our soldiers and our people killed. Let's rap battle. Let's rap battle for the winner takes all." And then fucking Kanye hasn't rapped in a while, so he's all rusty, and the other dude's like a fucking straight killer rapper that no one thought, and then we all fucking are fucked, and then we lose everything. Like, I don't know, dude. It'd be a trip. Like, it's almost like if he is serious, because I don't know how serious he is. Like, we'll find out if we do see him chase this goal or obstacle. Because I remember he did say he was going to run for president like a year or two ago. I remember him saying that. It was obviously, I thought, a joke back then. And it still might be a joke. I don't know. But we'll find out. Hopefully it isn't shit. Maybe we'll see what happens. Like, he might do good, you know? I know he's moved to Wyoming and he's been doing that fucking preaching stuff or whatever he's doing. I don't know, he's doing like choir music. So maybe he's on a better path now. I don't know. I don't follow him. But I know Kim K and him have been supporting Trump and been in the White House doing something. But so, and then Kim K, dude, I love Kim K. I gotta say that. She was definitely a girl that I thought was very hot when I was growing up. Obviously, you know, she's still hot, and she has some hot sisters too. So, I wouldn't mind like her being the first lady. You know, I wonder what she'd wear. I mean, it'd be interesting. And fuck it, what's 4 years? We don't have really a lot of options. I mean, who's the options we got? We got Biden and Trump and West if he's in it. That's it. And obviously, Biden has fucking dementia and has... So Biden, you know, because when you listen... I've watched a few of his speeches and stuff like that, and he is very... Like, it's hard to follow him. And sometimes I'm like, am I fucking not following this? Are you guys following this? And then everyone's like, no, he's fucking not making any sense right now. So if you have West, you know, he's going to try to snatch the mic from fucking one of the people out of their hands, maybe cause a war or lose our ally. Biden is going to have no fucking clue what's going on and have no clue what he's talking about? So the guy's gonna be like, yeah, we want to go to war with you. And he'll be like, oh, well, the war that we are incapable of doing, it's all like an egg sandwich. You start with an egg sandwich, and you butter the bread, and when you butter the bread, you put it on the pan, right? And when you butter the pan, then you make the toast, and you put the eggs on the toast, and then you got yourself an egg sandwich. And hey, he's talking. Guy wants to go to war with you, Biden. You need to stay on track. What are you talking about? Egg sandwiches. Oh, yeah. So like I said, war is a lot like when you make an egg sandwich. And the guy's gonna be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this guy talking about? That makes absolutely no sense. America's weak. They got this fucking guy who's talking about egg sandwiches. Maybe someone ought to make him some fucking breakfast before he comes and talks to me when I want to fucking go to war. So maybe... And then you got Trump, who would just probably drop a bomb on him right there. He'd probably fucking be texting on his phone as the guy's saying he wants to go to war with us. Put on Twitter, drop the bombs, and fucking... before the meeting was even over. So, I don't know. Maybe Trump or West. Biden's out in my book. But yeah, I don't follow politics at all. That's just from what I overhear people talking about, and from the little stuff that doesn't catch my eye, but stuff that is just fucking toilet read, I guess you'd call it. That you just read when you're on the toilet. So, I don't know. Basically, what I'm saying is, all my shit is me not really giving you 100% facts. So if like with West and Trump and Biden, don't take what I'm saying in as a fact. That's just me having no fucking clue what I'm talking about. But it's my take from what I do know. And who knows? I might be 100% right on. Maybe fucking Biden had a press conference that I missed, and he talked about egg sandwiches and war. And the people that watched it were like, Blaze, you fucking nailed that. And I don't even know, because I didn't watch it. Because why would I watch it when I could do something else? Why watch it when I could do a podcast and make fun of it without ever watching it and just making my own assumption about what happened? Jesus, can you take the wheel? Drinking some mixed berry electrolyte water. So good. I've realized, like, in the past couple weeks, 2 weeks probably, I don't drink a lot of anything else besides water. I have a couple cups of coffee in the mornings and sometimes at night. And, I know it's weird drinking coffee at night. But, other than that, all I drink is fucking water and every now and then milk with my protein shakes. And it's so weird, because I used to love energy drinks, and now I don't crave them at all. Or anything sugary. When I do drink something sugary, like I had a Gatorade a little few days ago, just because I was like, well, I probably should drink something with electrolytes in it, because I've just been drinking water. And fucking, I just hate that syrupy taste. Like, it leaves in your mouth, because water doesn't give me that, or milk, or protein shakes, or coffee don't either. But for some reason, like, that's why I can't drink soda, I can't drink energy drinks too much anymore. I haven't drank an energy drink in a few months, actually. But so I just can't stand that syrupy taste. It really bugs me. Like, this morning, or before I did this podcast, like an hour before I did this podcast, I had a tea, a sugary tea, that my mom got for me when I went over to visit them. And yeah, my mouth is still syrupy. I'm trying to drink this water to get it out of my. It was good. I just can't. I don't know. I don't know how people can drink, because I dated a girl a few years ago that all she would drink was Mountain Dew all day, like no water. It was like Mountain Dew or milk. Like she'd go through like a 12-pack in like 2 days of Mountain Dew. Like, I'm not hating on you. I just don't know how people can stand that. Anyways, yeah, went off on a little rambling rant about me drinking water. That was that took up a little time. But yeah, recording this podcast July 5th. I'll probably release it tomorrow on Monday, July 6th. I'm gonna try doing more of these whenever. I'm not really going to say a day when I'm gonna release them. I'm just gonna start doing it when I can, and if I'm available to do a podcast, I'm just gonna do one. Just there's always shit to talk about, especially with me, because I'm always thinking of things that when you read the news and you see stuff on there, or you see something happen in your daily life, instead of people just kind of forget about it, I like to take a comedic look at it and see if you can make any material out of it, or even just talk about it and kind of shine light on some of the things that are simply just stupid, there's some things that people don't even fact check, and it's just complete bullshit, and they're sharing it, and it makes them look less intelligent because they're sharing it without fact checking it. They're just believing it because it's on the internet. So my mind is always automatically taking things like that I read and stuff, and just trying to call out the BS and the comedy out of it. But yeah, July 5th. So last night was July 4th. Hope everyone had a good July 4th and stayed safe, and hopefully didn't gather in too much big of gatherings. I got invited to 2 parties last night. And after Friday night, just being in my head about the whole Rona, I just stayed in. I didn't go out, just stayed in and hung out. Had a little company over here that I knew was healthy and didn't have to worry about it. And just hung out, man. Hung out, watched the fireworks. It was pretty cool from my balcony. I was able to see like four different shows going on just from my balcony, and it was cool because I got the mountains in the background, and it was definitely fucking smoky, like around midnight, 12:30 when I went back outside to see. Yeah, it definitely smelled like fucking bunch of fireworks went off. But it was fun. Stayed in. Then I ended up staying awake till like 5:30 this morning. Like when I was going to bed, the sun was coming up, and like I was just hanging out, and I think like at 12:30 I played a video game for the first time in like 5 years by myself. Probably more than that. Probably like 7 years by myself. I was never big into video games. I got like restless body syndrome, where I don't like to sit in places for very too long. Like right now, even doing this podcast, I got my foot a tapping, like I'm fucking like Footloose. So my foot's doing, it's like getting ready to start blaring that, and Kevin Bacon's peeking out from like closet. We're about to go Footloose and dancing through the fucking woods. Anyways, yeah. So every time even when I was a kid, I couldn't sit and play video games too long because I wanted to go outside and get into trouble and fuck my life up. So probably would have been better to stay in and just play video games. But anyways, last night, and I was like, I'll just play this game for 30 minutes and shut it off, and then I'll watch a movie or whatever and go to bed. But dude, I played, for people that are big gamers are probably going to think this is old, but Call of Duty Black Ops on the 360, the Xbox 360. And I played it, dude, and fucking like an hour went by, and I was getting into it. I put it on the easiest level you could. I think it was like Recruiter or something like that. It was like the easiest one, and played that for like an hour and a half. And like I could have played more, but I was like, I need to shut this off because I need to try to go to bed. And then I stayed up for like another 3 hours, fucking off and watching a movie. But yeah, I'm gonna play it again later today. Probably after I get done with this podcast, fucking go play it. Because it was fun. And like I know it's on the easiest mode, and like when I aim, it helps me aim. So that should... Okay, but when I did play video games, I don't remember fucking video games moving this fast, and the people you're trying to shoot move that fast. Like, these fuckers are fucking running around, ducking my shots. So, I'll get better. Maybe my eye-hand coordination is off. I used to be really good at Guitar Hero, though. That was my shit back in the day. But see, like, that's a game you don't really sit down and play. Like, I was fucking rocking out, dude. I was a performer, man. I fucking was doing the AC/DC fucking lead guitar. I forgot what his name is. I'll remember right after I get done saying this. So, fucking doing like shit like that. Oh, I used to love Guitar Hero, and I used to play that shit on Expert. I wanted to play guitar, but it yeah, the game. Fucking lost my train of thought. Yes! I'm making fun of Joe Biden, and now I'm gonna fucking lose my memory. Yes! I got dementia, and I'm only 27. Joe Biden's like 85. Yes! Karma is coming at me. But yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops. It was a fun game, and now I'm kind of thinking why I haven't played video games in so long. You know. Everyone asks me about video games, and like literally I don't follow video games at all. So if someone asks me about video game, unless you're talking about Call of Duty or Guitar Hero, or do they even make Guitar Hero anymore? Like, if they don't, like that shit was dope. Like they could have done, like if they have continued with that, I don't know. I should have looked it up. I didn't think about I was going to talk about it, but. Like, with the technology now, they could probably fucking done some shit. Because I remember they had Rock Band, which was fun when... I remember playing Rock Band in high school, and on the weekends when we'd get drunk and be at my buddy's house, like, one of us would be on the drums, one would be singing, which that would be hilarious when you hear a drunk person trying to sing. It was basically like karaoke, but without the other people singing. So you'd have the drums, the bass, the guitar, and like you basically have a band. And that's why they call it Rock Band. And that shit was fun. So, like, if they quit with that, I mean, that sucks, because that game was dope. I like Guitar Hero better, but Rock Band was alright, too. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna get back into video games. And some good news is, if you're a comic or into comics, you should know what I'm talking about. If you don't, be sure to look up these movies that I'm about to tell you, because they are fucking incredible, and they were filmed basically by this guy all by himself. Usually did the money all by him. Like, he directed and wrote all these movies himself, and he stars in them too. He's in all of them, and it's just great movies. I mean, like from the 90s, and like, you know, you get used to movies how they are now with the special effects and the quality of them and the, you know, high definition. So when you go back to when you get used to watching these new movies and go back to watching a movie from the 90s, it's kind of dumb, and it's not as good as what you remembered, because obviously shit has gone way far more advanced than what it was in the 90s. But these movies, if you watch them, I guarantee, if you're, like I said, if you're into comedy and into comics, you'll love these movies. Kevin Smith these are the incredible movies I want you to look up if you want to. Mallrats, great movie. Clerks 1, 2, great movies. They almost did a third one, but I don't know what happened, but they had to cancel production on it, so it never happened. And Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, that's like a fucking incredible movie too. And Dogma. So you could usually find those other ones on like streaming services, or you could at least order them, like rent them online. But it took me, I had to fucking hunt down Dogma, because who's that fucking dude that's in prison for getting girls to like do sexual favors for roles in movie? That fat fucking dude that got Rona in there. Oh, what the hell is his name? Fucking give me 1 second. Let me tell you his name so you know who I'm talking about. Because once I say his name, you're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. Doesn't say. Anyways, it's that fucking. God damn, I don't want to just not tell you what his name is. Yeah, so right here. Oh, god damn it. This is very professional of me doing this. Fuck it. The fat dude that's in jail for not Jeffrey Epstein, but the other one, and he like was acting like he had to use a walker or whatever. He owns the rights to Dogma, and this back in the 90s. We didn't have the streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube. It wasn't online as things are now. So the guy owned, was it Howard Stein or something? I'm done trying to even remember his name. But he owns the rights to it, and so Kevin Smith really can't do nothing about it. So you basically have to find one of the original DVDs to watch it. That's the only way you can watch it. And the ones I was looking on, I went on Amazon, and the ones I was looking at were like fucking $50 for a damn DVD. And then I found one on eBay. Yeah, it was eBay for like $8. And I was like, hell yeah. And it said it was like the original, unsealed, never opened, brand new. And I was like, that's a deal, brand new. So it comes in the mail a few days later, and it's like all Egyptian or somewhere over there writing on the front. And I'm like, fuck, it's gonna be like all in Egyptian or whatever the hell this is. And luckily I put it in, and the movie's all in English. Like it's perfect. You just got to take off the subtitles, but the whole front of it's all, you can't even read the front of it. It's all in this weird writing. So yeah, besides that, I mean, I don't give a shit about the cover. I just care about what the movie was. So yeah, anyways, but my point is that Kevin Smith announced that they're going to be doing a Mallrats 2, which is awesome. I mean, Ben Affleck was like a star in a lot of the movies. I know Stanley's gone, rest in peace. He was in a lot of these movies. He was in Mallrats. If you watch Mallrats, you'll see him in there. He actually gives the guy advice at like towards the end. But yeah, so Ben Affleck's in them. Like they're incredible movies. And if you watch Mallrats, you'll be excited. Like I got a poster in my living room of Mallrats. And if you watch that movie, you will see why I'm excited for Mallrats 2. But at the same time, I love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and Kevin Smith plays Silent Bob, and Jason Mewes plays Jay, which I've actually met Jason Mewes in person a year ago, 2 years ago, down at the Comedy Club. He not really a comedian, but he does good comedy on like movies, but he's not a stand-up comedian. He just mostly did like a Q&A, and then I talked to him after the show and stuff. But so they're the Jay and Silent Bob, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, if you had never heard of it, look it up, great movie. But they did that last year, yeah, it was last year, or really just like the beginning or at the end of 2019, they came out with the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which is basically rebooting Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And I was excited for that movie, except the reboot sucked. I've watched it 2 or 3 times and tried to really get into it. And it's just, when you it's like a one-hit wonder. like when Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back was such a great movie that they were trying to reincorporate that in the second one, and you know, do like, it was basically the same storyline but different people and different like scenery and stuff like that. But it was kind of, like I said, it was a reboot. It wasn't a sequel, and I didn't like it, to be honest. I was kind of a little let down. I was super excited to hear that they were doing it, and I didn't like that. So with Mallrats 2, it's not going to be a reboot. It's going to actually be a sequel. I hope, you know, to Kevin Smith, I get it. Like, when you have such a success as the first movies, you try so hard to reincorporate that into second movies. What I say is, like, just do your thing, and hopefully Mallrats 2 is good. And even if it's not, I'm still watch it probably a couple times, try to give it a chance, and still don't lose respect or anything for the guy. So yeah, that's some good news. Look up those movies, or if you've seen them, I hope we see that Mallrats 2 coming out, and hopefully the production doesn't get canceled like it did with Clerks. But I mean, Clerks 1 was good, Clerks 2 was good. I don't know what they would have done for Clerks 3, you know. But out of all the movies that Kevin Smith does, I would say Mallrats and Dogma are my favorite ones. I'd have to say Dogma is probably my top favorite one, and then Mallrats and Jay and Silent Bob underneath it. So yeah, like I said, hope everyone had a safe weekend. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, just Blaze Sanchez. And go to my, if you listen to Apple Podcasts on iTunes, go rate me. Give me a rating on there. Hopefully it's a 5-star or not, but give me a rating on there. Greatly appreciate it. And be sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I am now back on Snapchat. And you can find me on there at Blaze Sanchez. So we'll give Snapchat a try, like I told you in my last podcast. So you can find me on all those: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and subscribe to me on my YouTube channel, all Blaze Sanchez. Peace.